English Listening Lab.
Hi, I'm Emma from the English Listening Lab.
Hi, I'm Jack, and I'm learning small talk.
Great to have you here, Jack. Today we're going to learn some very common phrasal verbs you hear every day in real life. We'll make it simple and useful.
That sounds good. I always hear phrasal verbs, but I forget them.
Don't worry, we'll use them in a daily life story. Let's start with morning time. Imagine you are at home in the morning, your alarm goes off and you wake up.
Okay, I wake up, but I don't want to.
Exactly. Then you get up slowly from your bed.
Sometimes it's hard to get up early.
Yes, very common. After that, you turn on the light or maybe the TV or your phone.
I always turn on my phone first.
And at night you turn off everything before sleeping.
My mom always says, "Turn off the lights."
Now you go to your wardrobe and put on your clothes.
I put on my shirt and jeans.
Good. Then you start to get ready for the day. Brush your hair, check your bag, all of that.
I take too long to get ready sometimes.
Many people do. Now, if you want to improve your English, you can also brush up on your English in the morning.
Brush up on? What does it mean exactly?
It means to quickly practice or improve something you already know, like reading a few English sentences or listening to a short podcast.
Oh, so I can brush up on my English every morning.
Exactly. Then you go to the bathroom and wash up.
Wash up means just wash your face and hands?
Yes, simple morning cleaning. Some people also make up their face before going out.
Like makeup for women?
Yes, that meaning, getting ready and improving appearance. After that, you go to the kitchen and maybe look for breakfast.
I always look for something quick, like bread.
Good example. And sometimes you find out there is no milk or no eggs.
That happens to me all the time.
Then you go to the dining area and sit down to eat.
Finally, time to relax.
Yes, but after eating, you stand up and prepare to leave. Before you go, you might tidy up your room.
I should tidy up my desk more often.
It helps you feel organized. Then you throw away trash, like empty bottles or paper.
That's important for clean space.
And don't forget, you might need to pick up your keys, your bag, or even pick up something from the floor.
I always forget my keys, so I pick them up last minute.
Very relatable. Now imagine all of this as your normal morning. You wake up, get up, turn on your devices, put on your clothes, and get ready.
It sounds like a full routine now.
Yes, and using these phrasal verbs makes your English sound natural. Let's do a quick practice, Jack. Tell me your morning using 3 phrasal verbs.
Okay, I wake up, I get up, and I turn on my phone.
Perfect. Very natural.
I have a question. How can I remember all of these?
Good question. The best way is to connect them to your real life. Don't memorize alone. Think, what do I do in the morning? And match the verbs. For example, when you feel lazy, you say, I don't want to get up.
That's exactly me every morning.
See, now it becomes easy to remember. And when you are finished in the morning, everything is clean, organized, and you are ready for the day.
Yes, I feel like I can imagine my whole morning in English now.
That's the goal. Before we continue, tell us in the comments, what time do you usually wake up?
I'm curious too. Maybe people wake up earlier than me.
Good point, Jack. All right, now that our morning is done, we're going to step outside and see what happens when we travel, go to work, or meet people in daily life. So, Jack, now our morning routine is done, you are ready, you've had breakfast, and now it's time to leave home. Finally, I think I'm late already. Very realistic. So first, you head out of your house.
Head out, meaning just leave home?
Yes, it means you go outside and start your journey. Now imagine you are going to work. You set off in your car or maybe a bus or taxi.
I set off at 7 a.m. usually.
Good. Set off means to start a journey. You reach your car, you get in the car.
And if I arrive at work?
Then you get out of the car. Very simple but very important. Sometimes a friend asks you for help. You might pick up a colleague on the way.
Like giving them a ride?
Exactly. Or the transport also picks you up.
Oh, like a bus picks up passengers.
Yes. And after work, you might drop off someone at home.
I drop off my friend near his house.
Perfect. Now you are on the road. Maybe traffic is heavy. You are heading to your office.
I hope no traffic today.
Me too. When you arrive, you start your work. You work on your tasks.
I work on drawings and reports.
Good example. But sometimes things are not easy. You just carry on working even if you are tired.
I carry on even when I want to sleep.
That's dedication. At work, you may need to deal with problems.
Like site issues or client issues?
Exactly. Deal with means to handle a problem. Sometimes you need to fill in a form.
Oh yes, paperwork. I don't like it.
Nobody loves it, but we still do it. And at the end of the day, you hand in your report.
I hand in my daily progress report.
Perfect English usage. Now let's make it more real. Imagine you are walking in the office or site and suddenly you run into your manager.
Oh no. Or maybe good?
It depends. Run into means you meet someone unexpectedly.
I run into my colleague in the lift sometimes.
Very natural. During the day, there may be a problem. Maybe something is not working. You need to sort out the issue.
Like fixing the problem?
Yes, solving it properly. Sometimes you don't understand something, so you try to figure out the solution.
I need time to figure out calculations.
That's correct usage. If something is complicated, you might look into it later.
My manager always says we will look into it.
Exactly. It means to investigate. And sometimes things go wrong. Maybe your machine or vehicle breaks down.
That's very stressful on site.
Yes, break down means it stops working.
So if a truck stops working, we say it breaks down?
Correct. Very important phrase. Now, Jack, imagine your full workday. You head out, set off, get in your car, work on tasks, deal with problems, and sometimes even run into unexpected situations.
It sounds very busy, but realistic.
Yes, that's daily life. Let's do a quick practice. Tell me your work morning using 3 phrasal verbs.
Okay, I head out early, I set off at 6:30, and I get in my car.
Excellent. Very natural English.
I have a question. How can I sound more fluent with these phrasal verbs?
Good question. Don't translate in your head. Think in situations. For example, I am late. I must set off now. Not word-by-word translation.
That makes sense.
Also, use them in small sentences every day. Even one sentence is enough. Now imagine the middle of your workday. You are busy, maybe tired, but you carry on. You deal with problems, you fill in forms, you hand in reports.
It feels like real work life in English now.
That's exactly the idea.
And if something goes wrong, like a machine breaks down, I should stay calm and sort it out.
Perfect sentence. Very natural. Before we move on, I want you to think about this. What is the most common problem you deal with at work or study?
That's a good question for listeners, too.
Yes, maybe they can share their answers. All right, Jack. Now the workday is slowly finishing. People are wrapping up, leaving offices, and heading back home. In a moment, we'll follow them into the evening and see how they relax and talk with friends.
So, Jack, the workday is finally ending. People are leaving offices, traffic is slowing down, and everyone is heading home.
Finally, I'm tired just thinking about it.
Yes, so now we move into evening life. This is where we meet friends, relax, and talk about our day. After work, you might catch up with a friend.
Catch up, meaning meet and talk after some time?
Exactly. You talk about what happened in your life.
I often catch up with my colleague after work.
Very natural. You might also hang out with friends.
Like spend time together?
Yes, relaxed time. No stress, just talking, eating, or walking.
I hang out with my friends on weekends.
Perfect. During your conversation, you might bring up a topic.
Bring up, like start a topic?
Yes, you introduce something in conversation.
I bring up work problems sometimes with friends.
Good example. Then you may talk over ideas or problems.
Talk over means discuss deeply?
Yes, you discuss something carefully before deciding.
We talk over project issues in meetings.
Excellent. In social life, it's also important to get along with people.
That means having a good relationship?
Yes, no conflict, friendly behavior.
I get along with my coworkers.
Very good. Now imagine you are at a cafe or outside with friends. You are relaxed, laughing and sharing stories.
That sounds nice after work.
Yes, this is your social time. After you return home, you start to wind down.
Wind down means relax slowly?
Exactly. You reduce stress and calm your mind.
I wind down by watching videos.
Very common. But sometimes people stay up late at night.
Oh yes, I stay up too late on my phone.
Many people do that. And finally, you fall asleep.
The best moment of the day.
Yes, when your body rests completely. Before sleeping, some people switch off mentally.
Switch off, like stop thinking about work?
Yes, you stop stress and relax your mind.
I need to switch off after a busy day.
Very important for health. And many people just scroll through their phone before sleeping.
That's me again, social media scrolling.
Very common habit today. Now, Jack, let's imagine the full evening. You catch up with friends, hang out, bring up topics, talk over problems, and then go home and wind down.
It feels like a real-life story now.
That's the goal of learning phrasal verbs.
I like how these words are connected to real life.
Exactly. That's how you remember them easily. Now, before sleeping, sometimes you think back on your day.
Think back on? Remember the whole day?
Yes, you reflect on what happened.
I think back on my mistakes sometimes.
That's a good way to learn. You may also look back on your experiences.
Is it similar to think back on?
Yes, very similar. It is more about reflection over time.
I look back on my first job with learning.
Great sentence. Sometimes when you reflect, you come up with new ideas.
Come up with means create ideas?
Yes, your brain produces something new.
I come up with solutions at night sometimes.
Very good. Then maybe you go over your plans for tomorrow.
Like review them?
Exactly. You check again before sleeping.
I go over my schedule every night.
Perfect habit. And finally, you wrap up your day.
Wrap up means finish everything?
Yes, you complete your day and prepare for rest.
I wrap up my work before leaving office.
Excellent. Now, Jack, let's connect the whole day. Morning, you wake up, get up, put on clothes. Workday, you head out, set off, deal with problems. Evening, you catch up with friends, hang out, wind down, and finally fall asleep.
Wow, it feels like a full English movie of my day.
Exactly. That's how language becomes natural.
I think I can finally use phrasal verbs in real life now.
That's the confidence we want. Let's do one final practice. Tell me your evening using 3 phrasal verbs.
Okay, I catch up with my friend, we hang out, and I wind down at home.
Perfect. Very fluent.
I feel more confident now.
That's great, Jack. Remember, fluency comes from daily use, not memorizing. And to everyone listening, try this today. Describe your whole day using at least 5 phrasal verbs. It will really help your memory.
I'm going to try that too.
Good idea. So, as we wrap up our lesson today, remember, English is not about perfection. It's about communication in real life. Use these phrasal verbs step by step, and you will naturally improve.
Thank you, Emma. This was really helpful.
You're welcome, Jack. And thank you, everyone, for listening to English Listening Lab. See you in the next episode.